How can you negotiate upwards in a settlement agreement? In a settlement agreement, when you're offered one, if the figures do not look good, it is always worth listing out everything first to say, before you go into a discussion, why you feel you should be offered more money. Many times people don't go in and have a structured conversation, and people say they should be offered a certain amount of money, but they don't really have a rationale behind that. Now, I'm not saying you will get that money, and also there are limits to how much you can claim for certain types of situations in the workplace which employment tribunals deal with. But if you want to negotiate upwards, the best way to do this is to first of all get your maths right for the calculations that you are actually due. So for example, any outstanding holiday pay, any balance in terms of bonuses, anything that you just are owed in terms of your employment rights and your salary. Now, then look at the situation that you're dealing with, and then look at the claims within the employment tribunal you can potentially make and how much you're likely to get. I think the biggest issue I find is a lot of people in discrimination cases feel that they will gain a lot of compensation if they go to the employment tribunal, and that's not always the case, because the employment tribunal will have to use something called the Vento guidelines to work out which band you fall in. Even though you may think you fall in the highest band and are able to claim a lot of money, it might be that the employment tribunal disagrees with you and the other side argue this. So what I'm saying is, to negotiate upwards, come in with realistic figures, and that's actually where I think getting some advice from a barrister is very, very helpful at the start, because with experience, a lot of barristers can tell you how much compensation you are likely to achieve at a tribunal. Similarly, solicitors can tell you the same as well, but with a lot of barristers who are frequently going in and out of court or have experience of going in court, they can usually tell you what is likely to be good evidence or evidence that's actually not going to be good evidence. So negotiating upwards has an art. If you have a standard opinion package with myself, and in that standard opinion package, I tell you that actually I do think you've got a really strong case, or I say your compensation is adequate that they're giving, then take it. But if I say it's worth more, then there are ways and means that I can help you structure the argument so that you can actually go off and back to your employer and say, actually, I think I should be offered this much money, because if I did go to an employment tribunal, obviously you may not say it that way because you don't want to make it sound like a threat, but there are ways in which, as a barrister, we can help you articulate those arguments and how to put them and present them to your employer. So I think there's a number of ways that you can negotiate upwards. You can always use negotiation tools, such as if you have a grievance pending, you can actually say, I'm happy to drop my grievance. I'm more than happy to not pursue this grievance or not appeal on the grievance. You may decide that you're happy to go within a month of the job. I had a situation where somebody was offered a settlement agreement, but they were trying to take the settlement agreement, but on their terms of how long more they needed to be there. And in that settlement agreement, they did say to the employer that they will work until a certain month because they need to complete a certain project, but the employer just really did not care. The employer just wanted them gone. So they did not allow that employee to stretch out that negotiation, if you like. So I think it's always good advice to take counsel, to get, as in counsel means advice, from somebody such as myself who can guide you on how to negotiate upwards. If a settlement agreement has become a point of discussion for you, and if you are an employee or an employer, please come and talk to me in the free 15-minute sessions. You can self-book these on my website, www.thedirectaccessbarrister.com. I am Haresh Sood, and this is Pancho.